Hey, what's up guys, this is Shukesh once again, and well, today I'm gonna unbox the all new Samsung Galaxy A5 2016 version. The device I have here is basically the A7 2016, which is more or less a bigger clone of the A5 with a bigger screen and better RAM and battery. The price is only 10 to 12% higher than that this A5. Now let's get started with the unboxing, and first of all you get the 6 marking for the 2016 version, and there are 3 color variants of A5. I have here the gold variant, and you also have black and white ones. Now the pricing of this device is something I really don't like. Samsung is following its trend of overpricing their devices at launch, and within 3 to 4 months the price will actually go down to at least 25,000 rupees. The current market price is around 29,000 rupees, that is more or less 440 US dollars. Considering other players in the market, the launch price is really crazy high. Now this Galaxy A5 2016 supports optical image stabilization on the rear camera, and there is also a fingerprint sensor, and fast charging adapter is also included in the box. The screen size is 132.2mm, that is slightly bigger than 5.2 inches, and you also get Samsung Minox and dual SIM support. The processor is 64-bit octa-core 1.6 GHz Cortex A53, and the RAM is 2GB, the storage is 16GB. Now let's start the unpacking and show you the device and the contents inside. There you go, the all new Galaxy A5, and this phone looks very similar to the flagship S6. You get metal frame and front and back glasses, only the corners are slightly more boxy. Well, before I talk more about the handset, let's quickly check the accessories inside the box. First of all, you get the paperwork for the warranty statement, the SAR information, the user guide, etc. And the next thing you get is the data cable for charging as well as data syncing, and it's of around 3.5 feet long. I'm really glad Samsung didn't include the short cables they were providing with their recent devices. This is the ejector pin for the SIM card as well as the microSD card trays. Next, you have Samsung's fast charger, and it's not that much bulky. The output is rated at 9V 1.67 ampere or 5V 2 ampere, so when your phone's battery level is down to single digit, only 15 or 20 minutes of charge can give you hours of battery backup. Last but not the least, there you get the headset. These premium Samsung earphones provide excellent sound quality and great bass levels. That's all inside the box. Now let's get rid of these things here and have a close look at the device itself. Well, the all-new Samsung Galaxy A5 2016 is definitely a great looking device. Let's first peel off this protective plastic, and as you can see, though I have the gold variant, the front is black, and the white variant has white front and silver bezel. The black one also has silver bezel. Now the prime difference in between this Galaxy A5 and the A7 is the compact screen on the A5, which is more user-friendly for one-handed users. The 5.5 inches on the A7 is not easily accessible with your thumb if you have a medium-sized hand, and for normal day-to-day uses, I think the A5 should be your choice. Apart from the screen size, the battery is slightly bigger on the A7. It's of 3300 mAh, whereas you have 2900 mAh battery on the A5. Now though the specs, that is the CPU and the GPU, are just identical, Samsung made a big mistake by putting only 2GB of RAM on the A5 where you get 3GB on the A7. Samsung included the full-fledged TouchWiz interface on these A-series devices, and that along eats up around 1.3 to 1.4GB of RAM. By the way, the 5.2 inches display here is Super AMOLED with full HD, that is 1920 by 1080 pixels resolution at 424 ppi, which is really great. There you get the push button home key, which is also a fingerprint sensor, and the keys, that is the back and the app switcher, are backlit. At the top you get the ear speaker grill, which is painted black to match with the base, and the front facing camera is of 5 megapixel with full HD recording, and the maximum aperture is f1.9 for better low light handling, and unfortunately there is no notification LED on this new generation Galaxy A5. You do get an RGB sensor for the adaptive display feature, that is the screen tone on the display will be set in accordance with the lighting condition in the surroundings, and you will get the best out of this display. At the rear you get the main camera, which is a 13 megapixel shooter with full HD recording, and this supports optical image stabilization for better handheld shooting in low light. And just like the front camera, the maximum aperture is also great, f1.9. As the lens is slightly protruding, rough surface might hurt the glass, so better use a case. You also get a camera flash as usual. The back glass of this phone doesn't shine like the Galaxy S6, which would have been really nice. At the top you get the SIM 2 slot, and this is the secondary microphone hole, mainly for noise cancellation, as you know. There you get the primary microphone and the loudspeaker grill just beside it. Next you have the USB 2.0 port for charging as well as data syncing, and this supports USB OTG of course. This is the 3.5mm headset jack. As the frame is metal, you have two openings for the antennas, two here and two at the top. The back is made of glass, so there is no trace of this on the back. These are the volume rockers on the right side of the phone, and the power key is on the left. As you can see, there is another tray here for the SIM card 1 and the microSD card. Let me eject this with the pin, and it's really great to see separate microSD card slots on these new A series devices. The SIM trays take nano SIM cards, and you can install up to 128 gig cards. There you have the SIM card number 2 tray. Well, that's all on the exterior. Now this Galaxy A5 looks really gorgeous. The front look is really great. The black frame is matching the black display, and I'm really liking this black and gold combination. The thinner bezel is making the phone look slimmer, and the overall thickness of the phone is 7.3mm, which is really great, and the weight of the phone is 153 gram, which feels just perfect in hand. And the build quality, the finish of this phone is just top class. The back is Gorilla Glass 4 just like the front, and both the front and back glasses are 2.D, that is the edges are rounded, so the images look popped up and more alive. There is basically no display frame on the either sides of the screen, so despite having a large 5.2 inch screen, the dimensions of this phone are not that much, so one-handed operations should not be an issue. This narrow bezel also giving this phone a great look. I can't really stop praising the exterior design, the build quality, the look of this gorgeous Galaxy A5 2016. So if you are a style conscious person, you want your phone to look good in your hand, then you can get a Galaxy A5 2016 at 29,000 rupees, which is definitely overpriced for the specs it offers, but looking at the exterior design and the build quality, I'll say this really worth it. There you go, the all new Samsung Galaxy A5 2016, and you get TouchWiz interface over Android Lollipop and Flipboard integrated into the home screen, which you can always remove. Well, let's have a close look at the display here, and as you know, 424 ppi is more than enough for eyes. You cannot notice a single pixel even from this distance. Everything is super smooth, and the color reproduction of the screen is also best in class. It's Super AMOLED, which is quite punchy, and the black levels are pitch black and the saturation levels are quite eye-catchy, but if you think that's too much, you can control the color tone from the display settings. Now the Galaxy S7 here sports 401 ppi, but you cannot notice any difference, and if you want, you can put 5 icons in a row on the Galaxy A5 as well. So there are lots of customization possibilities on this new TouchWiz interface, and you can also download hundreds of themes from the theme store as well and change the look of this device, like the icons, the color tone, and the wallpaper will be set matching the theme as well. Before I open any application, let's quickly check the storage RAM, and first of all, the Android version is 5.1.1 Lollipop, and the Marshmallow update is on the way. As you know, you can tap the build number 7 times to enable developer modes. Next, the storage on this phone is 16 gig, and out of the box you get 10.83 gig free, which is not bad, and you get an SD card support. As you know, you can of course move your installed applications to your external SD cards, so don't worry. Now the RAM you get on this phone is quite questionable, because at this price point 2 GB of RAM is not enough, especially for a Samsung device. As you can see, the free RAM at this moment before installing and opening any application is just 647 MB, and after using this device for a while and installing lots of applications, you might experience certain hiccups or lags. The Samsung Galaxy S7, which has exactly the same CPU and GPU, sports 3GB of RAM, so if you are in a dilemma in between these two, then I think you should go for the A7. Well, 2GB of RAM is actually not bad at all, but for a 29,000 rupees you can expect at least 3GB of RAM. After clearing the RAM, you can get maximum of 823 MB, and once the background processes restart, the free RAM will go down to near about 700 MB, which is not ample for a smartphone nowadays. With the help of the Smart Manager application, you can clear up your storage and delete temporary files, cache data, etc. If you are familiar with Samsung devices, you know that there are two power saving modes. This Ultra mode is the most handy one. In this mode, the screen goes grayscale and only the vital applications remain active. With only 10% battery left, you can get several hours of backup with this mode. I personally think this is one of the best features of Samsung devices. You get a system embedded device security software which protects you from adware, malware, etc. You can scan anytime, and the second most brilliant feature of Samsung devices is Minox. It enables you to maintain two profiles on your device for your work and personal life. I will explain all these features in the upcoming videos, and I might even upload a tips and tricks video on this device as well, so do subscribe now and keep in touch. Your Galaxy A7 2016 also supports Ultra Data Saving mode. There is a separate toggle for that in the notification center, and you also get Opera Max browser pre-installed. In this mode, up to 40% of your mobile data can be saved. So it's really quite handy. You get hundreds more such innovative software features on this Galaxy A5, and the most interesting part is you get almost all the smart features of the flagship Galaxy S6. So this can be called a cheaper version of S6. These are the preloaded applications you have, and if you are not satisfied with the smart features, you can download thousands more from the Galaxy App Store. So software wise, this Galaxy A5 is definitely at its best, but hardware is not really worth 29,000 rupees. So as I mentioned before, get this device after the price drops. You also get some Microsoft applications preloaded and Mix Radio, where you can listen to millions of songs for free of cost, and you can even download them for free. USB backup mode can take a backup of your data into a USB storage device. So overall, this Galaxy A5 2016 is a brilliant smartphone with lots of smart features and great looks and build quality. But it's not value for money. Just spend 4,000 or 5,000 rupees more and get the Galaxy S6, which has much more processing power than this. The A5 2016 packs a 1.6 GHz octa-core Cortex A53 processor and Mali T720 GPU, so you can play almost all the mid-range and most of the high-end games. The low RAM might not be a big issue actually. I suggest you to check my review on this device before you make the purchase. I will upload that anytime soon. That's all I have for you guys in this video. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have found this video interesting, then do subscribe now and don't miss any future show. Also do check my videos on the Galaxy A7 as well.